Come here. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see. We had to hit the restart button. Hopefully things are corrected now. We'll see who we can get back in the chat. That was my mistake. I apologize. Hopefully we can get you all back in here and get this thing started right. Let's get it started. Oh, Gizmo. Detroit. Shout out to. See the thing. And speaking of very, you want black men to speak how you want them to speak. Let me tell y'all what I really find. Yeah. Let's get on back in here. Let's get on back in here. Get on back in here, you giant turkeys. Woo! Oh, daddy's puppy, yeah. Yep, got one of y'all back in here. Appreciate y'all for being back. I apologize. Hit the thumbs up if you can hear me. I believe you can. I had to restart it, so I do apologize for that, chat. My apologies. I probably could have done it another way. However, I'm not really technically savvy. I just put this stuff out, you know what I mean, as best I can. Here's the thing. What I always know about. I want to say something. What always interests me. It's always interesting to me how white people or weak blacks always want to talk about a black man being racist when we have absolutely no ability to control our own destiny in this country, right? Where we want other people, we're looking for other people to give and do for us, right? They have all of the wealth and the access, but yet want to claim someone else is being racist while they hoard all of the resources for themselves. It's just funny to me. Shout out to Abdullah. Hello. You from Pakistan. Okay, appreciate you for being here. Shami, I appreciate you for being here from Pakistan. Please speak in English. But that's all I know, Abdullah. I don't know nothing else. I appreciate you for being here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the like and subscribe for me. I appreciate y'all for coming back. Like I said, I do apologize for the technical difficulties. When people try to use some sort of a guilt trip against black people, as if black people in this country really truly have the ability to really truly control their own destiny, right? Like you're waiting on people who have 80. Let me tell you, for you math majors, right? If a pie is this large, right? And 84%, right, is taking up of the pie, leaves 16% left for the rest of the country, right? This is just simple math. This isn't, and out of that 16%, only 2.5% belong to people that looks like me. How do you ever truly expect to have anything in this country when you don't have the resources to build for yourself and with the people who look like you? Gizmo, keep ripping tissue. Gizmo, you're not about to rip all that tissue up. Give me this tissue. No. So therein lies that. Shout out to Vakita. Okay. Glad we back, Vakita. Hello. Thank y'all for being in here. So where Dr. Umar erred is because he lacked humility. I believe when a man lacks humility and he's full of hubris, he's most acceptable to what comes. And more than likely it will never be anything good, right? This is why, black men, you have to always be humble. It's very important for brothers to be humble. It's very important for brothers to... There's a saying that I want you all to remember, and I'm sure some of you all have heard it, and if you haven't, I'm going to say it now. Walk light but carry a big stick. I didn't understand that as a young man because you're taught bravado, you're taught to stick your chest out, you're taught to, pound your chest. However, these things tend to draw unwanted attention, right? When it's so much better, never let them see you coming. Keep yourself small. And I think that Dr. Umar didn't do a good enough job in that regard. Now, he's a wonderful speaker. when he is speaking. Very eloquent. He's very articulate, right? However, that's he's not a builder, right? He doesn't build. That's not where he truly hey, get down, pumpkin. No, thank you. That's not his strong suit, right? So when you're dealing from these, so when you're looking at these things from a perspective of that, you got to pay attention to that. And as much as I particularly wanted to see this brother be successful, he just wasn't able to be it for it. Shout out to P Diddy. Meow. Wah, wah. Yeah, okay. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like. Wah, wah. What you yapping? Well, you hear me? Well, you hear the topic, P Diddy. If that's what you want to name yourself, P Diddy. Appreciate you for being here. And what I want black men to understand is this. Pay attention. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. Pay attention to what you guard. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to when you're starting to get full of yourself, brothers. Start to become a little more humble. Start to step back. Now, here's the thing. These things, these lessons that I'm giving you are some masculine principles, right? These things will help you along your journey, and they will keep you when things are not going your way. When things are started, when you find yourself in tough times, if you're humble, then opportunities tend to come your way because you're in the right place to accept them, and people don't want to see you fall as fast, right? Because as we all know, the same people that you see on your way up are the same ones you see on your way down. We have to learn how to have more humility. We have to learn how to be more peaceful in that regard. When you're not humble, I believe that anything is possible at that point. And usually none of it's good, right? Because you have a longer way to fall. And I'm not here to pile on Dr. Umar. This ain't what this is about. Some people say he's a doctor. Some people say he's not. I don't know. They said he was never truly accredited. I don't know. I didn't check it. I'm not no paperwork check fact Dr. Umar being a doctor or this, that, and the third. I'm not into that. What I do know is this. He promised his people something and he didn't deliver. That's what I do know. I know that he promised that he was going to do certain things with the money that he received, and he didn't do it. That's what I do know. I'm not getting caught up in the particulars of it. I just know that at the bottom line, he didn't get it done. Black men, you got to be able to do when you say you're going to do something, you got to be able to do it. When you say that you're going to produce for your people in their name, you have to produce. Shout out to Steroids lost. I don't know. What's someone? Did he? Art the Clown. Y'all got some hell of a names. So will Jesus. You have to be, when you say you're going to deliver for your people in the name of them, when you take people's money, right? And you say this is for a cause. It's not like you're not saying that you don't have anything, that you're not doing, that you're just taking their money and they're just giving it to you because they're donating super chats, whatever. He took people's money and said that it was for the FMDG Academy. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. This is what he said, right? This is what he said. So when you say that and you take people's money and then you don't perform, then it comes off as a scam. What else could it be, right? What else could it be? I'm not getting into his personal life. I saw the woman who came on, and you know what I mean, the older lady, and she was talking about his personal life and this, that, and the third, and you know how she. I'm not getting into that. That's very messy, and I'm a man. This ain't no gossip channel over here. I don't do that. I just do. I believe it's important to give the information I believe black men can use for their own self-growth and development, and be able to use that and push themselves to a greater and learn from these mistakes. Let me explain to y'all something. A wise man learns from mistakes of others. Shout out to Gamer. Rambo killed steroid, boy. Shout out to steroids and snitch. Well, I don't do neither one of them, so I don't know what you hold steroids and snitch. I didn't know. Are you saying that I'm on steroids? GM, Y'all be something else, man. Listen, y'all be something else. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, man. I take it all. I don't trip. My issue more than anything, y'all, is I want black men to understand how serious these issues are and what can you. Oh, you can't even. Oh, damn. Arnold. Oh, you saying Arnold? Rambo like steroid. Oh, you gotta learn how to spell then, man. If you want me to pay attention to you, so I have to see stuff. How you feeling? Great, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't like that Arnold picture? GMB. Shout out to Fantastic. I like that you have a white man as your master in the background. Ain't no man my master. Black man, no man's my master. No man's my master. And you check there, you check my files in prison, man. Yeah, no man's my. I've done more for the black community than you. And most of y'all who just talk. I filed 1983 lawsuits to change conditions in prison, right? And the only reason I didn't win is because they cheated me. Right before the fourth, they time barred my case. Right before it went to the Fourth Circuit, right? So this is facts. I've won lawsuits. I've got my daughter married to a black man with her children in wedlock. I'm raising my daughter. So I've done more for the black community than a lot of you guys who just talking. A lot of you guys just on the internet just talking. Right? And I think a lot of y'all really be white men hiding behind, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But I know a lot of my people silly anyway. A lot of y'all are stupid. So, but I don't really care about that. I care about getting the ones who I can help. You definitely was playing with punks. Well, okay, if you say so. Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here. So then whatever you, I just said what I done. Bro, you literally homeless. No, I'm not homeless. I have an apartment now. Yeah, and I've been homeless. I've been down. I've also counted a lot of money. I've done a lot of things, right? And so what I do is I try to give a perspective to black men that they can listen to. If you can't get anything from it, then that's okay as well. But I put my channel here for that. I'm not that guy. Hey man, I really up with brothers like you who's keeping it 100 for the community. Big shout out to you, CJ. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate the trolls as well, because this just go to show how really silly the world is. A lot of men have a lot of feminine traits and characteristics. So what you'll do is you'll hide behind some sort of feminine talking point and then try to act like, you know what I'm saying, you standing on something. Most of you niggas is cowards for real. Shout out to see you doing this for now. Thank you doing for them now. Thank you. See, I don't see you talking to Umar about his scam. Well, that's a great question. I'm talking to black men. Here's the thing. I don't know Umar personally. I've never met him, right? And here's the thing. We all know that it was a scam. I'm not holding. What I'm saying is what black men can learn from it. And I believe that this is just my perspective from afar. I believe that he was started to become too full of himself, right? Some of the things that he said about him being the prince of Pan-Africanism, about he the most sought after black. Like you can hear sometimes he was very haughty, and I think the black men, I think it's good to be humble. I think it's very, very good to be humble and let what the Creator have for you find you. You know what I'm saying? I think humility goes a long way. So that's what this is about. So I'm not here to tell Umar what he should or shouldn't do. I'm here to tell black men what they can gain. You, the homeless bum on Kendrick G. Yeah, well, you can call me a bum. I've also counted more money than you've ever thought about. And I had to do what I had to do to keep my daughter out the system, him. So you could never do it because you're not cut like that. You're not a very masculine man. You would have ran from the responsibility. I had felonies on my back. I've done things that you wouldn't even dream of. I've taken chances that you couldn't even think of. So call him, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I exercise. I am a man's man. My circumstances don't define me. So there's your answer to that. Him. He got a cell with a white man. Cell. You don't like my... Okay, I also have Blackbeard up here too. That's Malcolm X. And that's The Godfather, one of my favorite movies. And there is Muhammad Ali, who's my favorite person, my favorite human being probably of all time that was ever met. So I think that you think that you can shame him. I think that's what the internet has told, because really, truth be told, you don't really know what it is to be a man. So you base your masculine on what other people told you. But see, God made me, and God don't make no junk. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I'm cut like I am. That's why you couldn't do what I do. What about Umar scamming? I mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything to do with that. I'm talking about what black men can learn from this and be able to make better decisions. Then why you have liar on your wall? Who's a liar? CMB, who's a liar? Malcolm X or Arnold Schwarzenegger, or like, who are you talking about? You so whack. I saw you on Kendra G in the homeless shelter. Yeah, we've been through that. I'm not going to go back through that again. Let us know how you feel about black men scamming the community. We're talking about that now. Pay attention. You'll learn something. Hey, you don't have Down syndrome. I'm not a retard. I don't think that's for me. Now I feel. Brush your teeth. I did that. I noticed that yours default gold though. Let's see. Umar culture. Why is Conan stabbing Malcolm? He not even black. Boy, be born out the sister's back. I love every time I see you really a sucker. Scared to talk facts. But Malcolm be blocking with the finger. It's hard to spell long words. Yeah, I smoke once every week. But Malcolm got the smaller picture. That's how I came. And Muhammad Ali got the bigger picture. What did you do, Pumpkin? What do you do? What do you do? You want your bottle? Let me give my daughter a bottle. Yeah. And Muhammad got the biggest picture of all. So what would you say about that? See, a lot of you dudes is really cowards, and that's all right. I don't particularly mind. I only do this. I do what I do so that with black men to uplift the self-esteem, masculinity of black men, because that's what I'm about. I don't care nothing about trolls. Let's see here. I'll give my daughter a bottle. Come on, Mama. I think you're sleepy. There you go, Mama. There you go. Okay. Here you go. All right, I'm back. She likes to take her little nap. It is her nap time. It's 11:30, so I can pay you clowns most of my attention. And if you're not a clown, I appreciate you. Who is that? CJ Shore. Cool job. Topping off, guys, for the snacks. I'm a mixed breed mutt who doesn't shy away from the darkness of American history. Shout out to you, darling. And this is what a lot of people want to do. A lot of people wish to, as we get further away from history, what I've noticed is the facts are changing, right? The facts change the further you get from history. Shout out to Little Hazy. Good afternoon from Scotland. Appreciate you. I actually, one of my favorite movies, Little Hazy, is Braveheart. Do you know what I'm saying? With the story of William Wallace. That's one of my favorite movies. Shout out to Little Hazy. Shout out to Scotland. How the men of Scotland fought the English for their freedom. And I actually looked up how deadly King Edward Longshanks was. Very inspiring story. Shout out to Scotland. Appreciate you for being here. Boy got a white boy name. White man checking in to the chat. He can check in where he want to, man. You know what I'm saying? My content stay the same. What do you think? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? This is the internet. You can see cars in the background of Braveheart during the huge battle scene. I learned every. Oh, can you? I didn't know that, Dylan. I was so focused on the battle scene. Well, I'll never forget when Robert the Bruce said, "You bled with Wallace. Now bleed with me." If you as a man, if that doesn't give you goosebumps, then you a coward. And that's really all I got to say about you. I have a villain Wallace small statue. Not a villain. I have a William Wallace small statue to the right of me. Oh yeah. I definitely. And this is some of my heroes. Like, you know, when black men were fighting to get out of the chains and get through the shackles in America. You know what I'm saying? A lot, they don't talk about the guys that fought. They don't talk about Gabriel Prazer, Denmark Vesey, and Nat Turner. They don't talk about black men who really stood up. So yeah, it's really crazy. I'm a white boy, but I can swipe if there is haters. Yeah, we don't worry about the haters, man. You know what I'm saying? You said, well, you can learn something. Shit. He be sitting on a small statue. Nah, be a gentleman. Show him 5 times. I'm a man. I'm as many types of native as I am white. Also a good possibility I have a Mongol descent. So yeah. So anyway, y'all, you know what I mean? One of the major things that Pumpkin, I thought you was. Let me go get her some. Oh, I know what she wants. She go through these stages. She like her snacks and stuff. But yeah, y'all, one of the things, why do I really bring this up, y'all, about Dr. Umar and things? Because I'm always interested in what can you learn from a certain thing. That's really more so my focus. What can you take from it? What can we take from it in order to have a better outcome? What can you take for it? What can you take from it? And when you're not moving like a man, when you're not standing on your word, when you're not doing what you said you were going to do for the community. Yes, baby. I'm about to get you some. She like these Teddy Grahams, y'all. When you're not standing on your word, as you said that you would, when you're not doing the things that are conducive to productivity and longevity, you're gonna always play yourself. Yes, Punk. I know you like Teddy Grahams. I already know. Yeah, I got them. There you go. It takes guts to be who you, right? It takes guts to be who you want to be. A lot of people, this world tells people how to think. You can't tell me how to think. You can't tell me how to view the world because I've seen this world for what it is, and I only look at it what it is. I never look at it for what I want it to be. I'm in South Central LA. Shout out to South Central. Never been out that way. Shout out to Cali. Where are you right now? Okay, I think you're talking to him, Dylan. The only real difference, we got a skin color. In the end, we're all children of God. We should not allow people to divide us. Well, here's the thing, Dylan. It's easy to say that, right? When white people have all of the. See, here's my thing, and this is what I always say. If it's truly that way, then why do you have so much? And why have you never shared the resources that you have? Right? You see, and that's what I don't like about that type of talk. Because I'm a bottom line kind of guy. Show me the money. Show me the opportunity. I don't care nothing about no talk. I don't see it. You have to show me something, right? And a lot of black people, you got to show us something. Now you got a lot of cornball black here, baby. There you go. You got a lot of people that just will accept anything. However, I'm about the bottom line. I'm about the bottom line. And when you have all of the opportunity, but you steady trying to tell black people that we should just be okay, you know what I'm saying? We should just sit back while you all continue to dominate. I don't roll like that, man. And ain't no real man rolling like that. I ain't scared. Cool. I'm walking out to get rolling materials. If it isn't black versus white, it isn't red versus blue, it's rich, powerful versus powerful. Dylan, that's what they would have you think, right? But let me explain to you something about, I just explained to you this pie, that there's 84% of wealth in this country, in America, that belongs specifically to white people, right? Out of that, 2.5% belong to black people. Out of 40 million people. You tell me how rich and powerful. We got a few. Black people don't have anything, man. It's all cap. We say that, but what do we have? We have a few billionaires that we know of. We don't really own anything. And so that's my entire thing. It's like people want to tell us to continue to wait. You want to steady tell black people we should wait. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that wait stuff no more. I was never trying to hear it. I've always known that this stuff was a bunch of lies. If I got to look you up, you nobody. If I got to look you up, you nobody. Please share the movie Al Pacino. Whites came in overseas. Umar just didn't do what he said. He's a genius, though. He's very smart at the Marshall killer. He's very smart, but he doesn't build for his people. You see what I'm saying? And that's the major issue. You have to be, if you're going to say you're going to do something, you have to do it. And Umar is not a man of his word. He could have had an opportunity to really had a stranglehold on the community and to really been and to really been a spokesman for our people. However, when he started to make things about Pan-Africanism and started to, you know what I'm saying, act like, it was more of a situation where it involved the world and just specific. Black people have their own issues that are unique to anybody on this planet. the black man in America has issues that are very unique. So therefore, these issues over here need to be addressed first. Then you help someone else. But if you can't help yourself, then you definitely not helping nobody else. Should name half the food I eat comes directly from the back. That's good. Share Al Pacino movie. Share Al Pacino movie they missed out. Shout out to Casey. Oh, Casey, are you talking about The Devil's Advocate? I think when I mentioned that, my favorite one he made was The Godfather. But in this particular case, I'm just specifically speaking about that. And so, Casey, one of the things that I really truly noticed about here's the thing that I noticed about whites. They like black men as long as black men are looking up to them. This is really the truth. They like black men who look up. Like as long as we're like this, then and the roles and we have the ability, as long as we're running, jumping, playing ball, entertaining them, you know, LGBTQ, go along to get along type blacks, then they love us. But start talking like a man. Start talking about self-sufficiency. Start talking about taking what you want. This is why I never believed that crime was wrong. I've never believed crime was wrong. Now I'm retired, but I've never believed crime was wrong because this very country that we live in was built on crime. This very country, the very soil that this soil is built off the backs and blood of black people. So get up out of my face with that nonsense. Tulsa's a very dark path. They never want to speak about it, Dala, and not just Tulsa. We're not, and not, listen, you got a place in Florida, I forget the name of it. You listen, there's right now I'm fired up, so you know what I mean, I get like that. But there's multiple instances where black people have tried to build things and white people have come in and destroyed it, right? You know what I mean? And you know, there's no bigger thief and liar in history than the white man in America. You know what I'm saying? And we already know that. So now here's the thing. It's not just him. The British were complicit, right? The English were complicit. And this is why I believe that they should be responsible as well for the, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to truly make things right, because slavery was y'all have to understand something. Slavery was not so much a moral issue. It was a financial one. They benefited from it. So therefore, you need to make it right on that end. Don't keep trying to tell black people that things are going to be okay when you the one at the top. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Let me see. Shout out to Dylan. They forced out black families and businesses in California 1920s to 1920s. And this is fact. They know they running blacks up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the Mexicans done took over. That's whites. That's everybody. Listen, if you black over in California right now, it's in a small state. They know what it is. Rosewood. Thank you so much. I knew I couldn't think of it. No edit. Thank you for saying it, CJ. You join on YouTube. July AT talking to somebody else. How do we fix our current problems in the black community? Shout out to Chef. I'm going to be honest with you, Chef. It's going to come down to simply this. Black men got to get harder. I want to say, let me explain to you something, man. And this is going to be uncomfortable. But the truth is, the black church has been a it's the new church. There was a point in time when it needed because black people would go to the church and we would galvanize and we would use the community because we needed one another and you know what I mean? It was an opportunity to get information. It was an opportunity to fellowship with one another. I get that. But now the black church has been overrun by creep black preachers who I cannot stand, and I'll name them: your Bishop Eddie Longs, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollars, them creep thieving ass black preachers who get up and dress like pimps. Jamal Bryant, I can't stand none of them. I hate them bastards to the end of my heart. I'm the only one who probably will ever say it this way, but it's 100% in me. They never came to, they add absolutely no benefit to the community. Only thing they do is fleece the flock. They're a bunch of thieves and liars, and I can't stand them, right? So what they've done is, oh, here it goes. Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure you're okay. Okay. They're a bunch of thieves and liars, and all they have done is take and vamp on our community, right? They sleeping with the women. These people, we have to get out of our community. We have to stop listening to these people. And black men have to get harder. It's going to come. We're too much of a benevolent people. See, we see the best in everyone. However, nobody judges us by our best. We're always judged by our worst. Black men have to begin to get harder and stop listening to outside people that are talking anything. If you're not talking masculinity and you're not talking self-determination and you're not talking taking what you want, you ain't talking about nothing. Then all you doing is hurting the community. Yes, mom. So that's what I believe. That's what I believe, Chef. If you're not talking like a man and you're not trying all that inclusion, trying to help everybody and trying to, make everybody else's problems our problem. We the only ones get used up, y'all. Ain't y'all tired of getting used? Ain't y'all tired of getting used? Like, let me ask y'all a question. How many times do y'all gotta get you? We the girl in high school that got the car. Don't nobody like. Yes, Pumpkin. Come on. We the girl in high school that get used up because we got a car. And we let everybody else, we give everybody, but don't nobody like us. Like, we let everybody hitchhike and use us and come over to our communities to benefit. And then we accept this. We're the only race of people that do this. And then blacks continues to tell us, oh, you racist when you talk like you talk. Man, get your soft fat. Man, get off my channel, dog. Get your weak-minded black. Listen, you a coward. You're not with no smoke. And go ahead, dog. But if you're not the type of black man that's willing to stand and fight, because listen, I love my daughter. But let me tell you something. I'd die for her right now if I thought that it would mean the benefit, if I thought it would benefit my community, if I thought it would bring about the liberation of my people. Yeah, you damn right I'd die. Shout out to is that duct tape. Yeah, man. Yeah, Young and Be Nice. I leave it up there too. Cause I know I like to get trolled on it. So y'all leave it up there. Shout out to Young and Be Nice. Shout out to a bro. I think I'm saying that right. I'd like to point out that America is the only country to have a civil war for economic reasons and slavery both. While it wasn't entirely due to slavery, it was the main emotional reason. It's always gonna come down to the bottom line with these Europeans. It's this. I saw you do that. Ain't nothing wrong with you. And you're right. Hey, Tiana, I ain't telling no lies. I don't have no problem telling the truth. The SU saying is the problem. We need Jesus. That's the problem. If you change yourself, things right. Yeah, they've been telling us that, Eric, for we got over here in 1619. How long you been praying to your white Jesus, man? Let me ask you that. How long have you been praying to your white Jesus? And how many of your people had to die? How long you been singing that same tune? Do you know the black people are the only ones who say this stuff? We the only ones who pray for our enemies? Do you know this? And do you want to know why we don't get no respect? Because we don't have because it's like we have this fear factor of, you can't stand up to them, because if you stand up to them, man, listen, man, when you start to speak like a woman, when you start to talk this benevolent, helpful, and this, and man, real men taking what they want, man. The white man around you all every day showing you that. Chris Rock said this. I'll never forget, y'all. He did one a skit. He said, people always say, sometimes people say what goes around comes around. No, it don't. Sometimes it just keep going around. And he was right. He was right. Like we continue to act like somebody's going to change, but yet we can talk about we need to change. Brother, I'm not responsible for the conditions of this country. I'm not responsible for it. You have to be a man and take what you want. If you're not talking about no talking, then if all you're doing is talking in terms of in terms of not trying to do nothing to help benefit your people, you ain't talking about nothing. Everybody else benefiting off us. Exactly, but nobody hate is enough to leave us. Exactly. But nobody hate is enough to leave us alone. People gotta see you ain't playing. We all been bullied in school. I know I have. It ain't till you stand up. It ain't till you stand up. It ain't till you stand up that people gonna start to recognize, man, you better leave old boy alone. Dog gonna go crazy. It ain't even about fighting well. People just want to know that you will fight. Right? Shout out to Tiana. Black men do need to be harder because everyone steps in. This is facts. Tiana is right. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all want the respect of y'all, let me tell y'all something, man. And I want y'all to know that this is stuff I study. I don't just sit here and just be talking to y'all. This is stuff that I've studied for years. This is stuff that I've pondered for years, right? I, it's difficult to find. Gizmo, where's my Constitution? I have 2 copies of the Constitution, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all that I absolutely. Gizmo be grabbing my stuff sometime, and she knows she shouldn't. However, I know for a fact I do. I'm probably gonna show it on y'all my next live. Let me see. But one of the things that I really noticed is that we the only people that believe in this stuff that don't help us. We the only people that's told to just continue to wait, to just continue to sit back. All the while we're losing ground to every other race of people. These people come over here and eat off us. They're eating, they're having it their way. Our women are disappointed. They're disgruntled, right? And they don't respect us because they don't see men out here taking stuff. Women are going to go with the winners. This is what I read, y'all. This is book, y'all. This is the Prince. Y'all, this is, I used to read this when I was in the hole, y'all. You can literally see where I marked in this book. This book means everything to me. Also studied the Moore Science Temple, right? Leadership skills, secret leadership skills of Attila the Hun. I read, dog. I'm not none of these guys who just sitting back here talking. Let me see here. Let me get to my, let me see. No, you cannot have those books, no. Because you are trying to mess up the books, no. Blackmen, and Tiana's right. If you want to have real change in your community, people have to see that you standing up for it, man. Back, Eric, stand and fight. Who? We fighting each other. Well, brother, you trying to fight me now by sitting here trying to say what I'm saying is wrong. Man, damn that white man, damn them European Christian values, dog. That ain't helped you. What? Listen, here's the thing. I'm a guy like this. You show me how it benefits you, and then I'll listen. But here's the thing, you gotta show me something. You can't sit here and just tell me anything. And the problem is we've done too much talking. I'm sending you some tax, my brother. That's why. So why you think I should put some tax on my post? I like when they be trolling me about that. Shout out to Tone, man. I appreciate Tone being there. Tone, good dude. Tone, my guy. Slavery OS. Let me see. They trading slaves in Africa right now. Once again, we got enough problems over here, dog. I can't concern myself with the whole world. We can't even clean up our own house here. We got issues over here, dog. We got to deal with this. Shout out to Chef. I feel as though the hip hop community has become feminine. Am I wrong? Nope. Nope. And it was designed to be that way. Black men at one particular point in time were talking about self. One of my favorite hip hop songs, y'all, if y'all too young to remember, was Self-Destruction. That's one of my favorite hip hop songs ever, right? That's in my top 5 personally. That's just for me. And that goes to show y'all, I've been in the streets. I done sold dope. I done did it all in some way, shape, or form. Besides harming women and children, right? So I've been involved in it all in one way, shape, or form. But I still like the music because I like what it represented, because they were right? But what I'm saying is, y'all, like if y'all remember one of them cold lyrics from Kool Moe Dee? Back in the day, our brothers and sisters were hanged. How could you gang bang? I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. The lyrics meant something. Now they want to feminize our young men. Our young men are wearing skirts now. I did a video on that. Shout out to Chef. Chef, check that video out, man, that I did, you know what I'm saying, where we were talking about how black men are wearing skirts out here. These young, watch your mouth, got your gizmo. Men are wearing skirts, dog. And they're pushing it. Men are wearing dresses. I saw black men wearing red dresses in New Orleans. And you know why this concerns me so much, Chef Syrup in chat? Because I got a daughter. Who's going to take care of my daughter when I'm gone? I don't want my daughter with no... I don't want my daughter with no man that's not a man. I don't want my daughter with a man that she cannot depend on. Gotta be out your mind. I feel as though. So yeah, F Jesus. Yo, Jesus. I'm with Tina. Like I don't see. Listen, Jesus was a man just like you are. And he was a black man. But last time I checked, Jesus was amongst the people. Jesus didn't. Jesus didn't sit up in these pulpit. Yo, we all saw the video, man. What's that passage more about? Talking about everybody got to give me $100, lock the doors. Punk, who you think you talking to? Good Lord, I wish Tina. I wish I was in that. Tina. Oh my God, I would have loved to be in that congregation that day. Lock the door. I can't go where because I ain't give you $100, bro. Bro, if you don't stop playing with me, like, you know what I'm saying? These dudes are phony, they liars, and they've used and they've manipulated us long enough. And I'm tired of my people being at the bottom of the proverbial pecking order, and then we're just sitting back accepting it. No, no. And anybody that's trying to get me to accept it, get the blank off my channel. Because this ain't for you. This is a channel for masculine black men who understand, and black women who wish to gain something from it, and know that there are men out there who do not see the world as this from this feminine weak talking points. I don't do no feminine weak talking points over here. I don't do no all inclusion over here. Ain't no DEI over here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tom. Shout out to Twan. No lie. Jesus been coming back soon too. This is right. Jesus been coming back. Right. We still waiting. But yet all along, we sitting. No, Pumpkin, you can't have that book. I have your own book. Here, you want your book? Here, Daddy give you your book. Yeah, we're the only race of people that's told to consistently wait. We're the only race of people, y'all, that is told, just wait. It's coming. Hang in there. Continue to accept. Here, Pumpkin. Continue to accept what white people do. Pray for your enemies. Yeah, I pray for you, all right? Yeah, I pray for you. Yeah, y'all, when I was in the hole, I didn't play them. Oh, I was looking for it, y'all. There you go. Get you ease, y'all. Black men, get you a copy of the United States Constitution. Make sure you start to study the laws in this country. You cannot beat these people without understanding the laws in this country. It is 100% facts. I just finished this one. Black Labor, White Wealth by the brother Dr. Claude Anderson. Okay? And I need to do more reading in truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's hard, you know what I mean, to find the time as a single dad. So what I'm saying is don't be a victim. This is Shufa. This is where they go, Tina. Now this is where they go. Now this is always the key. When you cannot deal with the facts, you say somebody's being a victim. Dog, I am a warrior. I'm looking you in your face and telling you the truth. Ain't nothing about me a victim. Nothing about me. But this is what you do. This is always the game plan, Miss Tina. Chat, this is the game plan. Don't make it about the issue. Make it about somebody being big. That stuff don't work with me, man. Let me explain you something. I'm a real black man. I'm a real thinker. That stuff don't work with me. That work with a cornball dummy. That work with somebody who you can manipulate mentally. Black fatigue is real. Well, let me explain to you something. Intox, HAD. Intox. I'm gonna give you intox. It's only fatigue. If black people were not, how can I say? I want to say this respectfully. You owe. You don't want to hit black people's mouth? Pay what you owe. Simple as that. Jesus ain't coming. He sent us. Ooh-wee. He sent us. Who? You? The white man? Yeah, take accountability for your life. Why is it, how is somebody not taking accountability? Two things can be true. Slow foe. Two things can be true. It can be true that the white man is an absolute is the best murderer, rapist, thief, cultural appropriator that ever existed. And it also can be true that black men need to do a better job and stop falling for your tricks. See that? Two things can be true. You're a victim. Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ is God. Name my God. You all are on my land. This garbage needs to stop. You are on my land. Patrice, explain yourself. Give me a little bit more context. Bro, what you doing is yap. What you doing, though, is just yap. If you think so, you're neglecting your daughter to be a racist. I've already explained that black people in this country can never truly be racist. I've taken care of my daughter ever since. So ever since the day she was born. You couldn't do what I do. There's very few men who've been in my circumstances that could do what I do on a day-to-day basis. So a fool is provoked by insolent speech, slow foe, wise man laugheth and scorn. I just taught you something. Say that. Little hazy. Respect to this guy. Earlier in the chat, some guy was racist to me for saying hi. This guy stood up for me and stamped it out. So he isn't a racist. Lil Hazy, I don't, you mean me? You mean me or you mean someone else? But here's the thing. I think you mean me. So I don't have to prove anything to it. But listen, people are full of, the world is full of stupid people, Lil Hazy. And I'm gonna be honest, the majority of the people in this world are very stupid. They're very blind and they're intentionally blind. People like to act like they don't really understand, but in truth, because here's the thing: if you really truly, if you want to play dumb, because if not, then what you got to do is deal with the truth. That okay, wait a minute. There is a problem in this country, and they didn't create it. I'm simply telling you the truth to your face. I'm going to win regardless. You don't scare me, or not you, Little Hazy, but this world don't scare me. I'm built for it. He ain't, let me see. He ain't being racist though, Slowfo. He is being real. And I'm learning something about the trials and tribulations from my black neighbors and friends, red faces. Shout out to Deadline. And listen, this is always going to be an issue. Whenever black men start to assert their masculine, I want you to remember this. White people like black men as long as they're looking up to them. You heard me say this, right? They like you as long as they're in a position of dominance. That's where they're most comfortable with. They like you when, when you're playing sports for them, you know what I mean? Like the owners and, people talking about, I've heard blacks say Michael Irvin and they say, oh, Jerry Jones been good to me. Yeah, Jerry Jones, because you play ball for Jerry Jones. You offer Jerry Jones, you can do something for Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones don't give a blank about you. He's a businessman. He care about his family, his bottom line, and his being on top. That's why he told you blacks to toe the line when Colin Kaepernick took a knee. We didn't say do what you believe is correct in your heart. No, what did he say? You will toe the line here. And what did y'all do? Y'all toe the line because that white man told you to. Whatever, about my face. That's right, bro. They don't respect nothing but to fight. This is facts. When only when people see that you will stand in the face of adversity can you get their respect. Other than that, you ain't talking about nothing. Facts, Machiavelli. Yeah, I love Machiavelli. Look it up, Dotline. Look it up. Read it up. Stop reading Playboy magazines. Shout out to Kat. I know you ain't talking about me. Yeah. Shout out to Patrice. This has to stop. Crazy in this day and time that we are still with this garbage. Well, here's the thing, Patrice. It'll never stop until we deal with. Here's the thing, Patrice. Let me explain to you. Let me ask you something. Are you in a relationship? And I want my chat to be honest with themselves. Anybody who's in a relationship, stop, Pumpkin. Stop. I said stop that. Anybody who's in a relationship, can you build a relationship on lies? Can you? Can you build a relationship with your husband if the very foundation of their relationship is lies? How can you ever truly, if that's the very foundation, right? The very foundation was built on something that wasn't even true. How can you have an honest relationship where y'all respect each other, where you respect him, right? The very foundation of this country is what it is. I didn't make it. I didn't create it. I'm just simply being honest about it. If that's the very foundation, that has to be addressed. I've never built a house, y'all. I wouldn't even claim to know how to build one. But I know the first, I think it would be a fair assumption to assume the first thing I need to do is find solid ground. If I don't find solid ground, then nothing that I build is gonna matter. And that's my whole point. Let's see, I'm in Canada. We are natives, striving more. My people putting the first foot forward. Let me see. Yo, nice Malcolm X post. I appreciate you, Catherine. Glad you like that. This had to stop. Let me see. Let's see. Religion brings community, and community brings action. Well, here's the thing. I don't know about what religion has done for black people. I don't know. Black people got more religion than anybody. And no, you're not getting my books, Pumpkin. No, you're not getting my books. No, you're not destroying no books. I said no. Here, you have toys, Pumpkin. You can play with your own toys. She don't want her own toys. Have you ever read Dr. Francis Quest? No, Winston, I have not. Black victim mentality is real. This is where you always, and this is a Marty McFly. This is why there will never be. This is why there will never be peace. Because what you will do is as soon as you is that you what you want to do is you want to never truly acknowledge what has happened, and you want black people to be subservient to you and not speak on and not look you in the face and tell the truth. I'm not cut like that. And there's a few. There may not be a lot of us, but I'm learning that there's more of us than I thought. So I'm not one of them type of guys. So if that's not, so if you looking, so as long as you thinking that I'm supposed to be quiet about the wealth gap and the things that truly concern black people, and you think I'm just supposed to sit around and twiddle my thumbs and you know what I'm saying, you got me messed up. Shout out to TCP, but you concerned with white Europe. I don't know what that means. Give me that again. Make Kamala sober again. I don't like them. I have an Ethiopian Christian Bible. Never read that. MAGA back in business. Oh, there it is. Christianity was in Africa before Europe. This guy just got that white chip on his shoulder. Christianity, the Coptic Church, but it was never. But here's the thing: what Europeans? That's a great point, TPC. But as usual, Europeans do. They take something and then they make it for their own means, and then they lie about it and then turn it and pervert it. This is what white people have done since the beginning of time. They've always taken things that have benefit that were up. Because here's the thing: Europeans have never been good. Stop, pumpkin. No. Europeans have never been good at building. In terms of everything that y'all learn from us. Everything that y'all learn from us. No. You can't have that back. Nope, I'm not giving you that. You sleepy. You want to go sleep? Come here. Shut me, pumpkin. Oh, Gizzy. Come here. You want to go sleep? Come here. Mm-hmm. You want to go sleep? I ain't know you. In that time, I know. I know you sleepy. Dad, no. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing about the Christian church. Nobody's saying that it's not. Nobody's saying that everybody knows where it came from. Everything that you all learned came from black people. You didn't learn anything on your own. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. Let's see here. We all need improvement. We quit moving forward mentally. Too many are followers and not leaders. When everyone accepts responsibility for themselves and blame society, we move on. Yes. But we have to start with where it began. We got to start with a thing. We got to start from its origin. CJ, excuse me. We got to start. A thing has an origin. Everything has an origin. We got to go back to the beginning. How can we move forward when the beginning was truly never addressed? We got to go there. We got to deal with that first. Then we can move forward. But don't continue to tell me and other black people that we have to sit back and move forward when you have benefited from the very things that have happened and tell me that I have to accept it. No, I ain't with that. Women should wear dresses. Should they? I believe so. Miss Elsa, I believe women should wear dresses, no doubt. Russ Kiss, Jesus was Middle Eastern, not white or black. Well, people say a lot of people don't agree with that, Dylan. They believe he was black, and I believe. Brewer said correct, Dylan. He was literally a Jew. I don't want to change it because then we'll go down a whole nother. I'm not into that. I ain't going there. Religion and Christianity aren't necessarily the same. Peace from an old white lady. Religion and Christianity aren't necessarily the same. I was a diehard. The rapture is after tribulation. Autistic and mixed breed here. I checked multiple boxes on the diet. Listen to Brother Ali. We're looking for excuses as a black man also. Well, and listen, once again, you can say that. That's okay. Victim mindset, coward, racist coward, piece of crap. Okay, snow bunnies. Well, all right. Victim mentality mindset, this dude's a spineless fool. All right. Patrice, this isn't your land, it's black land. Y'all stole our story. No lies there. You're talking about yourself, you're entertaining bullshit tone. Yo, let's leave the Cowboys out of this. Pumpkin is not listening. White men treat black men like objects, very similar how black men treat black women, dominance, power, and control. You see racism, not sexism. Well, Victorious One, I keep saying this, you know what I'm saying? Well, glad you back. I appreciate you. Victorious One is one of my new subscribers. She gave me a lot of pushback yesterday. Shout out to you for being here. I will tell you this. Black men never had the ability, black men have never, ever had the ability to dominate anyone in this country. And it is untrue. White men have dominated. White men have dominated a lot of the world, but its time is up, and this is why a lot of black men like me tend to stand on things like this, because if I don't, then it won't never change. And I'm gonna do my part. Like I'm like this. I cannot control the world. I can't control myself, and I can't control my household. And that's exactly what I do. Good day, awesome engagement. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you for being here. You know I appreciate you, Jubinar. Are you complaining that slavery existed years ago? I want to hear your point. I don't get you. Are you complaining that slavery existed? Complaining? No, Drew, I'm not complaining anything. I'm speaking, all I'm doing is giving historical context. I'm just simply speaking facts. I'm not complaining anything. This isn't a complaint. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is this. If black men want something, you have to take it. That's the bottom line. So I'm into that. I'm not simply sitting around asking white people for anything, because I know that you will never, it's been proven that you have no intention to ever to relinquish your 84% of wealth. And the people that benefit from slavery, the actual descendants of these people who benefited from it, they like to keep things in a proper perspective. You have given money to Israel. You have given money to Japan. You have given money to the people that come over here. You don't want to give black people anything because you want black people to remain at the proverbial bottom. And that's not going to work for me. I like your show. I appreciate you, Victorious One. I know you do. That's why you chat in. I do appreciate you, though. For real. Thank you. You're complaining online about your inability to turn off your camera and do something productive and make money. Got it. Well, start a new job on Monday, Drew. And once again, this isn't about one particular thing. It's about a larger systemic role, right? And I know it's easy for you as a white man to have that perspective. I truly do. But here's the thing, and I told one guy this dude, and he was a liar. I said, listen, man, you got a lot of things to say in the chat. Why don't you shoot me a comment? I'll shoot you my email. We'll set up a date, and I'll actually let you have your time to speak, and then we can have a respectful dialogue. Let me tell you this, Drew. I'm not one of these coward blacks that's going to bend over. I don't step and fetch, right? I don't roll over and beg. I didn't do it when I was in prison. I didn't do it. That's just not how I'm cut. I would go to the hole for assault and battery on staff. I'm that guy. So I don't sit around trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to ask white people for handouts and favors and stuff. I'm into taking what I want, right? So that's that. So I hear what you're saying, and it's easy for you to have that. But once again, this is the typical American white man who has everything and yet wants to tell someone else, you're just interested in dominating and being on top. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that allow that, then I mean, that's something I can do about that. But you don't dominate over here. What's the topic here today? Shout out to Fam Squad King. Initially, Fam Squad King, thank you for being here. Initially, it was where did Dr. Umar go wrong in terms of his ability to not be in the news like this. The lies and the deceit and the scamming and the thing. And I was saying how, his hubris and his vanity really caught up with him, and what black men can learn from that, right? I'm not here to pile on him, just specifically speaking at what we can learn about a little bit of humility and how that would serve us well moving in the future. And then we had people come in, and I started asking questions, and things kind of take a turn. Hang around. You might appreciate the content. Shout out to Ed Marshall. Drew spitting the truth. Well, listen, I get it, Mr. Mandel. Thank you, Ed Mandel, for being here. I get it. You are a white man in America, or a weak coward black in America. So you've been cow-told by whites, or you are a white man who benefits from it. So I get it. It's easy for you to say that. Shout out to Drew. Bro, I was homeless for years. First of all, I'm not your bro. Call me awesome. I call you by your name, Drew. Let me see. And worked out of it. I have no time for that story. Well, glad you mentioned that. But you cannot deny the same here. I was homeless not too long ago. I think a lot of people have known my story. Kendra G, my daughter, got me and my daughter a house. Try working out of it with multiple felonies on your back, right? That you committed, even some cases back when you were a child, right? But yet you still suffer from those, and people telling you what you can and cannot do. But the very president was convicted of 33 felonies, and he sits at the head of the White House. You see how white supremacy work? You see how that work? You see how nice it is to be white in America, right? But no, of course you wouldn't see that though, Drew. Right. I'm here, brother, with listening. This is shout out Drew. I love to show you my credit score. I'm not dominating life. I was screwing off and was homeless for 2 years, then decided to work hard towards my goals. I'm paying off debts, and now I'm not wealthy. Well, shout out to you, Drew, for being a hard-working man, right? But I want you to know something, though, Drew, and this is facts. If you are not successful as a white man in this country, then you wasted your whiteness, right? Because every opportunity is going to be given to a heterosexual white man in this country. You will have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And once again, this is not to make it a simply personal thing. I don't want to attack you personally. I'm dealing with a systemic issue. I'm dealing with a issue that's much larger than you and I. So let's not make it a your story versus my story type situation. The opportunities will always be there for a white man in America. Like I said, once again, your president, our president, was convicted of 33 felonies, whether you believe rightly or wrongly. I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with the fact that he was convicted. That's all I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with that. I'm not dealing with the civil suits or any of that. I'm not dealing with any of that. I'm only dealing with the felony convictions that he was convicted of. And he sits at the head and the seat he sits in the seat of the most powerful man in the world as we speak. He never did a day in jail. He never apologized for anything. This is what white supremacy looks like. This is what it truly looks like, right? This is when even though my people make up, the people that look like me make up about 10 to 12% of the overall population, but yet, however, we sit incarcerated at over a clip of 40%. That's 4 times the population. You make those numbers make sense, brother. Respectfully. Ed Marshall. In a person, I get up, go to work every day, pay my bills, and go about my life. I suggest everyone else do the same. Well, Mr. Mandel, shout out to you. If that's your perspective, I don't tell a man what his perspective should be and what he should or shouldn't do. I'm telling you that my position is to fight. That's my position. I'm a warrior, and I wish to be on the front lines for the change that I wish to see. This is why I started this. This is why I started this channel, because I realized that I had to tell my story because I had to get in the fight. I could not allow myself to sit back and wait any longer. Shout out to Victorious One. Humility is key. Awesome, we agree. Do you think Umar can rebound and people will believe him again? Respectfully, no, Victorious One. I think that he's toast. I think that he's toast, because I've noticed his shift in his, and I'm glad we agree on something as well. Thank you for that. I've noticed his shift in his mindset in terms of where first it was black unity and him speaking against the European, and his talking points were a lot, kind of similar to mine. Then it became Pan-Africanism. Then it became black men need to be fathers to single women. You know what I mean? Taking on their responsibilities. You know what I mean? Taking on another man's responsibility of taking care of his children. Another man's responsibility. And then here you go this. And another thing that really hits this problem is that he hasn't cleaned up his own house. Umar's daughters don't respect him. That's really the major point, Victorious, one that I think is probably the biggest thing that hurts him, because he's speaking about, he's trying to speak from a, and then, you know, you throw the Pan-Africanism. So now he wants to make it a global issue. Black people have enough issues over in this country themselves. How can we concern ourselves with issues going on in other countries when in truth, when these people are taught to not even come over here and speak to us? I'm in Atlanta. I see Africans every day. They ignore me every day. They don't even speak to me. They're taught to not even associate with us. So they've totally decided that they don't even wish to be involved with us in any way, shape, and form. All we have is each other. But yet we continue to try to act like, you know, that's not the case. It's very, very disturbing. I had changes too. I was on probation for 6 years, still got that crap time. I was grew up. Shout out to you, Drew. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that you're not a hard working man. I'm not trying to take anything away from your struggle, but I'm telling you, your struggle is different when you're a black man in this country. I'm telling you, put like this: whatever your struggle is, whatever your struggle has been, you can times it by a minimum of 3. If you're a black man in America, you can times that by 3. You didn't have to do that, so therefore there's an opportunity. And not saying there's an opportunity for me. However, it's hard, and it's supposed to be hard when you're a man. Homeless bum. Shout out to him, homeless bum. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to him, man. I appreciate you, man. As a collective, white people have the advantage in this country. And this is all we're dealing with, Victorious. We're just dealing with the facts of a circumstance, not truly dealing with right or wrong, just dealing with what is. And this is facts. Shout out to Drew. I was born in a very small town with my mother who ignored me and kicked me out. I'm talking 1,500 people. I did not have privilege. Just accepted. Well, listen, if you don't think that, so let me ask you this, Drew. Once again, you continue to make this thing a you thing. Do you think that white people overall in this country have a better opportunity? Okay, 2 boys are born, 1 black, 1 white. What is the odds that one will be successful versus one not? Or do they have the same odds? What would you say the odds are? Answer that, then we'll come back. Did I say that? You're not on the front lines of anything. You're in the unemployment line. Well, no, I was working, and the business that I was in, it shut down. So now I just got a new job. So no, I'm not, and I'm always on the front lines because that's who I am. I've done things that you wouldn't do. Did I say that? Yeah, I've done things that you wouldn't have the heart to do. I've stood up to police. I filed lawsuits with my own money and a pen and paper. Right? I've done things. So I'm not just talking. I live this respectfully. Let me see. And Drew Bernard. I just know that if we grew up together on the same street, we wouldn't be gaming together. We would be gaming together and sharing the food. I just knew if we grew up together on the same street, we'd be gaming together and sharing food. Listen, Drew, and that may be, but I will tell you this. I've been to prison 3 times. When whites get in there, they don't mess with blacks. Blacks get in there, mess with whites, Mexicans. See, here's the thing. Prison is very segregated, right? When it really comes down to life and death, people gonna choose their own people. You ain't fighting on the side of the blacks for liberation. You're steady trying to tell me about what I should and shouldn't say, right? And here you are, according to you grew up as poor white. You grew up as poor white, right? You're telling me what I should and shouldn't say. When I got the guts to stand in here and tell you what is literally going on, you're telling me that what I'm saying is untrue. This is what white supremacy looks like. You may not understand that, but it's a mentality. It's okay though. I'm not mad at you for that. we're just having a conversation. I will say that context of all your questions is important. What job? How qualified are they? Yeah, all of that sounds good. In the end, yes, the black boy has a chance. However, we all know there's socioeconomic reasons. The odds are the white baby's going to have a better the odds are the white baby's going to have a better They've done studies on this stuff, y'all. Yeah, like, come on, we're not going to go back and forth on this. Let me see. It's not segregated because of the system. It's natural. Glad to see you doing good. Oh yeah, little Eric. I don't play no games. I'm here. Awesome. I think I'm speaking in a broader. I think it's speaking on a broader perspective. Shout out enigmatic. I said that right. a broader perspective of systemic issues. Drew is speaking on individual accountability. I agree with both on certain things, but humility is key no matter how you think. Now we talking. Shout out to Enigmatic. She's correct. I believe in both as well. Both play roles. And I've said that, Miss Enigmatic. I 100% made that clear. I never thought that it's a one or the other. But however, we cannot escape what has happened in this country and what continues to happen. We cannot escape that. Yes, black men need to make better decisions. Yes, they do. I went to prison 3 times. Whose fault? Mine. But I have to understand that there's a larger role, that there's a larger game being played. And that's facts. Shout out. Prison is not a good comparison to everyday life. And I don't care what you say. I wouldn't tell you what to say. Well, you did, Drew, a little bit, respectfully. That is facts. At the end, Awesome is right. People would choose their own folks. Now, Victorious one never agrees with me, but she agrees here. She, you know what I'm saying? And this is facts. Victorious one has no problem calling me out. So if Victorious one's saying that I'm correct, y'all better listen. Shout out to me, Enigmatic. Yeah, he in, let's see, in a he, but in a he, LOL, but good looking. Oh, you a he? Oh, my apologies. My apologies, Enigmatic. My apologies. My apologies. Never no disrespect meant here. Definitely apologize for that. I'm gonna show y'all hit the like, subscribe. Awesome, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Drew Bernard. I agree that there are corporations out there with a CEO who doesn't like black guys. I think that's wrong. But there's a bigger picture. It's not just so much. It's not just that, Drew. It's a deeper thing. It's a deeper issue that wishes to keep black men in some that roles where this world is comfortable with them, right? This world don't like black men like me who talk like me. It don't. It rejects black men like me. Do y'all know filing them paper? One of these I'm gonna get these paperwork back. I'm gonna look it up online and get it back so y'all can see the thing. I would call them Europeans and judges white devils to their faces. Well, I said, listen, you don't want to. They had a thing, y'all, in West Virginia called the Quality of Life Program. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of background of it. I went to the hole for assault and battery on staff. Guard came to my door, told me to take my towel. One thing led to another. I beat the shit out the guard, right? Put me in a hole. And they sent me to another place in Mount Olive called the Quality of Life. It's in West Virginia. They sent me so deep, put me so deep in the hole that you wouldn't. It was the last of the last. There was no other darker, deeper place that you could get, right? So they put me there. While I'm in there, they have this thing called quality of life. What does that mean? It means that you kept in the hole indefinitely. Indefinitely. That means you don't get out the hole till they say. Well, that's unconstitutional, right? I looked it up, did the research, and I began to fight it. I fought this shit for 4 years. Even once I got out. Even once I got out of prison, I was fighting it. They barred my case in the Fourth Circuit right before I had oral arguments. They just time barred it. This is what they do. They don't like black men telling them to their face what they are. But I don't have a problem with that. I don't think I told you what to say, but that wasn't my intention. I appreciate that, Drew, and I accept that respectfully. Enigmatic, respect, don't even trip. Thank you. Devil to their face. Oh yeah, I don't have no problem with that. I'll call them right to their face. Yep. I told the court, listen, you don't, I'm not one of them guys. I'm not one of these guys that kowtow. I'm not. Didn't say that. The world don't like black men that talk like me. You all talk exactly like this. I think you're trying to be funny. You gotta spell a little bit better though. You get Blad. That's BLAD. Shout out to you, did I say? I appreciate that. HPO, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, for being in here. And so, in the end, y'all, I've held y'all up for quite some time. I want to thank the chat, you know what I'm saying, for all of the questions and, you know what I mean, for the back and forth. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe, you know what I'm saying. Definitely appreciate, people for popping in. Let me see that. I said that, yeah, I got proof read like this. I don't have a problem with anyone disagreeing with me. It doesn't, the world is full of different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? And we're all entitled to ours, right? I'm just going to simply call it like I see it, as I'm sure everyone else is trying to do to the best of their ability, right? But if you're a man, I talk specifically, my message is specifically for black men. If you expect the world to give you something, then you will be 100%. You'll be waiting. You have to be a man. You have to take what you want, and you have to. This is how you gain the respect of your women, the children, your community, and the world. You take what you want. You don't sit around waiting for other people to give you handouts and favors. This is what the entire, well, that wasn't the entire point of the, I guess that can kind of loosely be tied into Dr. Umar's situation. You got to take what you want. You can't sit around here, you know what I mean? You can't sit around here begging white folk because they don't care. And nor should they. It's not their problem, right? You build your own communities up. And this is why I don't like, and this is why I'm not gonna get into any back and forth, because I've heard a couple black reaction channels that go off on me. And I've seen that. I'm not going back and I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make my points. You either like them, you don't, you wanna troll me, you wanna make fun, that's fine, right? My message is one of this. It's simply this. Be a man. Awesome setting, so be it. Thank y'all for being in here, man. Y'all be blessed. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe button. I'm out of here.